So we're looking at this this plant that I planted 267 days ago. It's a Titan GLX plant. We planted it in a 5-gallon bucket in the southeast part of the United States. That bucket sat on a south-facing patio, and it really didn't get a whole lot of attention. We had some significant heat, especially during the month of June, and that heat had a number of days above 90 degrees, which is really out of the comfort zone of any turf tall fescue, and so really just kind of wanted to see how it would survive through the summer without much attention, and what we would see come fall. So this was planted 1st of February, and this is the end of October. And so again, it wasn't just a 5-gallon bucket. When I extracted it, was able to get at least the top 6 inches of roots, and you can see that those roots, they're all pretty fibrous. They almost feel like horsehair, and they're not spreading laterally. They're really all pretty much in a vertical direction. And as far as I can tell, this is all one plant, one crown. I've tried to separate things, and pretty sure this is just one plant, one crown. So just for a sake of measurement, that crown width is at the base, at the dirt level, if you would be at least an inch. Now the plant obviously is quite wider than that. In a turf setting, in a lawn setting, when you have a number of plants together, this is what happens, is that those plants stay tight like this, and although they might spread, they weave in with one another. So what you get is that you get a good, nice, tight surface like that. So when you mow it, you have a nice, dense lawn. What's important to note is how much is in this 1-inch area. There is quite a bit in there. Also, it's green all the way down at the bottom. Now, of course, this is drying out because it's been out of the ground and drying. But that's the key right there. So when we actually talk about a seeding rate, that's important to recognize. This plant's really less than 300 days old, and it's already taking up an inch of space. That affects seeding rate because you don't want 7 seeds in this 1-inch area. 1 to 3 seeds is fine for an inch of a square inch, because this plant, again, it's not even 300 days old. It will actually get bigger. It'll spread bigger and bigger. So giving a good enough spreadability is fine. Keep in mind, this is also what's pretty nice, is that with only 1 inch, look at how much roots you have there. Really, really good. In an earlier video, we talked about what establishment means, and we talked about the ability to survive. Now this is true maturity. This is beyond establishment. This is maturity. This plant's not going anywhere easily. So good root system, able to actually, and with this deep root, it's able to wick up nutrients and moisture at a deeper level. That's a special thing about turf type tall fescues like Titan GLX, is if this is the surface area and it's dry, for instance, it's a hot and dry here, you can actually the surface could be dry even down to here, and you still have all of these roots that are penetrating even deeper than what's shown here, able to access nutrients. That's why these plants are much healthier for areas that are prone to drought than some of the other cool season species, which really might have a root structure that just might be half of that or so. Might have more roots in a horizontal surface, but the ability to access the deeper nutrients isn't there on some plants. This is a great example of what we like in an improved turf type tall fescue. There's lots of tillers per square area. So in a lawn situation where you have multiple plants, it's going to be nice and tight. It'll keep those leaves narrow and tight, but very dense, very playable surface. And below, in that same ratio, look at all the root mass. That's pretty impressive. Look at all the root mass in just that one square area. Look at this again, it's one square area.